Hello, my name is Rudolph Thompson, and this is my capstone project for Bellevue University. The City of Kirkland, Washington, created an RFP to solicit bids for their primary banking services contract. The customer will need all services required to satisfy their customers in a timely manner, their customers being the citizens of Kirkland. Our organization must provide all services requested in the RFP, utilize local banking offices, and be accommodating to all of the city's wants and needs. This is an opportunity for the City of Kirkland to receive more streamlined banking services at the lowest reasonable cost. Our services will also make tracking and analyzing transaction data for the organization easier by utilizing several online reporting systems. This will enhance the organization's overall accounting and operational efficiency by making pertinent information easily available to authorized personnel. This RFP was issued April 8th. The deadline for submittal was May 12th. The City Council of Kirkland made the final selection on June 21st. The implementation of the contract is October 1st, giving us roughly 4 months to complete all pre-implementation activities. The minimum qualifications for this contract includes being in compliance with all laws, rules, regulations, and ordinances of the City of Kirkland, the State of Washington, and the federal government. We must also be a state qualified depository of public funds. The project scope statement is as follows: to create a strategy utilizing current resources to provide a wide range of banking services for an entire city government over the next 4 years that integrates the necessary hardware and software to the customer systems so that it is compatible with the banks, has online user capabilities and access and training for the new system. The following is a list of required services that serve as the project's objectives and deliverables. 1. Provide and service 3 checking accounts with additional accounts as needed. 2. Provide electronic and online capabilities for the checking accounts that include monthly statements, check image retrieval, monthly account analysis, wire transfers, online computer balance reporting systems, including deposits reporting locations, positive pay feature, online stop lookup and notification feature, troubleshooting, cancel checks, stop payment on checks lookup feature. 3. Provide HCA debit services for residential and community and commercial utility bills, payroll, direct deposits, other miscellaneous transaction. 4. Provide credit debit card services so that city can continue to accept them as forms of payment for the majority of city services, which would be MasterCard and Visa. 5. Provide direct deposit capabilities for employees with 1 and 2 day turnaround options. 6. Provide a purchasing card program that is in line with the city's current program. 7. Provide the following banking supplies: coin rollers, locking bank bags, tamper-proof plastic deposit bags, deposit slips, miscellaneous checks, endorsement stamps for each location. 8. Provide trust and escrow agent services. 9. Provide night depository services for after-hour deposits, also known as night drops. 10. Provide interim financing and overdraft protection, financing not to exceed 1 year or $2 million on a prompt and competitive basis. 11. Provide hardware and software that integrates the customer systems so they are compatible with the banks. 12. Provide training to the customers on how to use the new system. The graphics on the left side of the screen are the statement of work for this project, as well as the amount of fees generated from the accounts, including maintenance fees for the new system. This project is broken down into 3 phases. Phase 1 includes all activities related to setting up the accounts and programs. This phase also includes performing internal and external system audits that are needed to be completed before installation begins. Phase 2 includes the installation and testing of the new system, as well as all activities related to the creating and implementation of the necessary training program. Phase 3 is the implementation of the new system. The beginning of this phase marks the conclusion of all project work and the beginning of the servicing of the contract. The primary assumptions for this project are that the bank is in compliance with laws, rules, regulations, and ordinances of the City of Kirkland and the State of Washington, that the bank has the ability to provide short-term loans of up to $2 million on short notices without financial hardship, and that IT professionals are available for the project. Customers will be available, allow access for the audits, installation, testing of the system. Customers will be available for training, and that the customer is financially viable and can pay. Issues. The main issues are operational disruptions for testing and installation. To remedy, we will perform necessary installations outside of customers' normal business hours. The next is compatibility issues of the system due to outdated software, in which we will perform necessary software updates in all necessary areas. The primary project constraints are staffing. Implementing this project will take a large number of IT specialists, requiring a delicate balance between project work and normal duties. To remedy this, we will subcontract additional IT support for both our software packaging, installation, and maintenance. Scheduling. The main scheduling constraint will be implementing training sessions for customers, employees between finish date and launch date. This will require a high level of teamwork with the customer, in which we will start scheduling training sessions 2 months before training activities. Scope. Project scope could change after doing an audit of the customer systems due to found problems and issues. We will utilize workarounds, in which we will utilize our subcontractors for additional project work. For this project, a project management information system, also known as PMIS, will be utilized, as well as meetings, reports, and surveys. According to Guido, Clements, and Baker, 2017, common features of a project management information system include automatic email notifications, collaboration management tools, customer collaboration tools, discussion formulas, email integration, instant messaging, text messaging, online meetings, creating of project documents, change management tools, approval management tools, and much more. The following is a list of stakeholder communication requirements. The customer requires written documentation on a bi-weekly basis in the form of status update reports. They also require monthly progress reports. The customer needs to be kept up to date on the status and progress of this project and will require detailed reports in order to make decisions about optional services. The project sponsor requires brief, informal weekly meetings with the project manager, as well as status update reports and monthly progress reports. The bank liaison requires a monthly status update report to keep informed of how the overall project is progressing. Once systems are implemented, he will require monthly informal meetings with project manager and the regional manager to inform of customer satisfaction levels or additional needs. Will be required to generate reports as needed. The IT team requires brief informal weekly meetings with project managers. The PMIS will be utilized for other information as needed, as well as informal project discussions. The training team requires monthly status update meetings with project manager or status update reports if meeting isn't feasible. Once the system is up and running, informal weekly meetings will be held with the project manager to create all training content. Services team require daily communication at the beginning of the project until all accounts are set up. We'll do this via informal meetings and reports, ad hoc communication and reports through the project lifecycle to be kept up to date of any changes and if optional services will be required. Our upper level management requires monthly status update meetings. Reports will be substituted if this is not available. This is the communication matrix that illustrates the information in the previous slide. You may pause the presentation to examine this document closer. This project has approximately 31 identified risks. These include both positive and negative risk. The positive risk include the opportunity to increase customer satisfaction to all bank customers by providing new and better services, the opportunity to increase banks' financial standing, the opportunity to grow and expand services, The negative risks include scope change, which causes schedule delays past implementation date, the systems not compatible and require major software hardware changes, compatibility issues requiring scope change that will include full system upgrade, schedule delays due to unavailability for installation and testing. The contingency plans for the positive risks include expanding the new services to all banking customers, complete this project with high customer satisfaction and work to extend the contract past its term date, and upgrade software hardware wherever possible. The contingency plans for the negative risk include utilizing subcontractors for additional IT specialists in order to increase performance and stay on original schedule. After audit is complete, create a report to document gaps, meet with customer to review report and get approval for scope change, which was optional in RFP, and work with the customer to create schedule well in advance of dates. Schedule testing outside of normal business hours. For this project, I broke down the project into 6 categories. These categories represent the WBS at its highest level. They are as follows: accounts, services, programs, IT integration, training, and contract. In order to estimate durations for this project, I utilized more than one estimating technique. This is due to the variety of different types of project work. Many of the work packages for this project include everyday activities that bank personnel carries out. When this scenario is the case, then analogous estimating was used. With these activities, bank personnel had enough historical data to accurately estimate how long it will take to complete them. This project also has a few work packages that they have not performed before, specifically with the IT-related work packages. These work packages are very complex, and it will be left up to the IT specialists to use their knowledge and experience, as well as information uncovered in their audit, to estimate durations. The project manager for this project will oversee and manage all procurement activities on this project. The project manager worked with the project team to identify all goods and services that needed to be procured for the successful integration of this banking system and the fulfillment of all customer requirements for the City of Kirkland's banking contract. The selected vendor will provide software and hardware for the integration of the customer system with our banking system. This will include the design, installation, testing, and maintenance of the system throughout the contract period with the City of Kirkland. The decision criteria for selecting a vendor was based on a scoring system. This scoring system was based on proposal approach, vendor experience, price, and the schedule. The vendor with the highest cumulative score won the bid. In order to successfully monitor and control project work, the project manager will require weekly status update reports from the vendor and hold bi-weekly in-person project update meetings. The purpose of these meetings are to gather information on contract conformance, project performance, issues, and changes. The aggregated total cost for this project is $612,568. This was found by adding the total cost of project work, $463,260, and the contingency funds of $149,308. I utilized analogous estimating and 3-point estimating to create this budget. The contingency funds were estimated by utilizing my risk matrix to identify the necessary work packages that required the use of contingency reserves. These risks had to do with the system not being compatible and the residual risks that were likely to occur. This included hiring subcontractors and procuring additional hardware software. For this project, I would utilize VSM and flowcharts as tools to identify all requirements for this project are being met and all customers or end users are identified. These tools can be used to create a detailed map of the project and the processes. This detailed map will then be analyzed critically and accurately in order to ensure all receivers and providers are mapped out. In order to use these tools efficiently and effectively, I would do stakeholder analysis in order to gather the data necessary for these tools. This would include reviewing the project charter, contracts, organizational process assets, enterprise environmental factors, conducting a brainstorming session with my team, and utilizing meetings with the customer to help identify additional requirements. For this project, we will also utilize internal and external audits to gather additional data on current services, programs, and systems in order to ensure that new ones we are designing are in line with the current ones. Testing of the new system will be utilized to look for bugs, errors, defects, lag, and process speeds. After our testing is complete, the customer will then test the system in a 1-week trial run. This ensures the customer has a chance to review the system and is satisfied with it before signing off. On-time delivery is an important metric for this project. By utilizing these tools and techniques, we can prevent the need for rework, which will cause schedule delays. After implementation of the new system and services portion of the contract, we will track customer complaints, help desk troubleshooting requests, as well as utilize quarterly maintenance of the system in which we will test the system and run diagnostics. This will ensure that the system is operating efficiently and that there are no ticking time bombs that would cause future issues. Lastly, we will utilize customer surveys in order to receive customer feedback. This information will be used to gauge customer satisfaction and uncover problems our quality activities fail to uncover. In conclusion, this project and its preceding contract servicing presents a wonderful opportunity for this bank to grow by expanding its services, increasing its reputation, and gaining a significant stream of income. By utilizing subcontractors, quality activities, and sound project management, this project can be completed on time and will result in high level of customer satisfaction for both the system implementation and the contract servicing. I have learned many lessons by completing this project, but the most important lesson is that even though catastrophic events seem unlikely, they do happen. The repercussions of the COVID-19 global pandemic have affected our home, work, and school lives. It has presented a unique set of obstacles that we have all had to overcome. At times, the repercussions seemed overbearing, and completing homework was at the very bottom of my to-do list. Which is funny because I never thought that having toilet paper would worry me more than completing assignments for my capstone. Yet, these events have taught me that as long as you stay focused, create a plan, and work hard, and do not give up, no obstacle is insurmountable.